in Bangkok it's 10:30, which is the time we recommended we will start, and we always appreciate those who come in time. So let's start without waiting. So I met Kun Erna a few months ago, and she has such beautiful vibes apart from being a nutritionist, certified health coach, a metabolic balance coach, and she's amazing. So I thought it's a beautiful time for us to invite her and receive some of the tips and advice from her how we can stay healthy and fit during these interesting times. So without me talking too much, I'm going to hand it over to Kun Erna.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Fernando, to host this event. And thank you all for taking part. Today's topics is first our individual health supporting routines. Please let's exchange ideas. Next topic will be some interesting facts about our immune system and how to boost it. And also, how is our immune system connected to our metabolism? I would love to share also easy to prepare recipes later on, but also question and answers. And of course, maybe also how to lose weight and keep in shape easily. So let's start to collect ideas from each other. How do you keep fit while social distancing, staying at home, locked down, and so on? I, for myself, I'm taking the staircase and I have really sour muscle because we are living in the 12th floor. I'm doing that several times a day or after, and I get a lot of oxygen into my system and of course move my muscle and my bowel and everything, so it helps. But I would also like to know and to share how others coping with the situation and make the best out of it. So maybe somebody would like to share.
Teek says, I walk in the village. I think, is it okay? Kun Erna, is it okay people to turn on the microphone and speak?
Turn on or turn off?
No, is it okay for participants to turn on the microphone and speak, or you want them to type it, their ideas?
Speak would be nice.
Speak, okay.
So yeah, just
Okay.
go a quick round.
Okay.
Somebody might share the positive ideas and stuff what they're doing.
Okay, late speaking, I will go first. One thing that I have been trying to do is to still wake up early in the morning, like on time, which is about 6:30, between 6:30 and 7, and go for a little walk or run inside the soil. But I fail more often than I do it. But it's in my mind, only that I don't implement it. I've done it only twice in the past week. So.
Yeah, good. What else? And somebody else? Anything to share? New routine? Develop new routines?
Not really.
Yes, we had a group
I
in
usually
our
walk
BNI group.
inside of the house sometimes, and I usually walk around my village just to get out and release my frustration, because being at home at all the time is very, very frustrating.
Anybody else?
Hello. Hi again,
Hello.
Anna.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, Kimberly, your turn.
Yes.
You first.
We during the this time we had the good the new routines in our small group, around 5 or 6 people, that we do the exercise online by Zoom, and we choose that with our PT, and that's so great that if someone is lazy, we have to ping 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 get up and exercise. That is a new routine.
Excellent. Who else want to share? Marine.
Yes, I do care about my health, and what I always do is I listen to my body. My body will tell me what I need. And right now about exercise, so since 3 weeks I don't have maid, so I stopped do other exercising. So I do my homework myself as
Yeah.
exercise. I'm happy with it. Okay.
Good. Yeah. Good mindset. Thank you for sharing. Somebody else.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Okay, yeah, so I would like to share, yeah, like I think one thing important is to stick to a routine. You know, keep a time slot for everything. And for me also, I think mental health also is so important. So I try to keep time for meditation. Yeah, that's something I would like to share with everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody else? Jana, maybe you want to share your
Okay.
routine?
Yes. I usually I stay always every morning around 6 o'clock. I wake up and then I do my exercises. So that I do all the time already. Going out, or now I have to do it indoor. So indoor I choose now yoga to have also good stretching routine, because a lot staying indoor, you are really not balanced in your body and so on. And I enjoy it, no pain, nothing, and good mood. Yeah. And I took now a bicycle always to go in the office. Thank you to Rajiv and to Marine to organize it for me. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Okay. Somebody else want to share, or shall I start?
Maybe you can start.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. That's very inspiring. And yeah, it's good to hear that people are really able to cope with this new situation, challenging situation. Maybe you can all unmute your phone, your device. Thank you. Are you all unmute? Okay. I still hear some noises. Shweta, are you unmute? Okay, Fernando, shall I continue?
Yes, coach. Go ahead.
Okay, so question is, how can we boost our immune system? Actually, very common mindset is a healthy diet. Lots of colorful vegetables, fruits, nuts, just to make sure that we get enough fibers, vitamins, and mineral salts. Drink plenty of water and herbal tea, maybe also some fruit juice according and with your meals, maybe not in between. I will explain later why not. And yeah, what else can I do to boost my immune system? I would like to mention how important our sleep is. 7 to 8 hours proper sleep every night. It's not only supporting our immune system, it also helps to lose weight if necessary. Of course, the other thing is exercise every day, at least 20 minutes, also to get oxygen into our system, which helps the immune system. Regular bedtime and wake-up schedule. So the thing what Shweta mentioned is also quite good to keep a routine going on. And I think also important is using an air purifier in your home and also in the office, probably also in the car if you spend a lot of time in the car. Catch up with friends, family, neighbors, colleagues, give them a call, not just type, just speak and reach out to people. So that makes you feel better in this crisis. Maybe you think about supplements, but what kind of supplements would you take? Is it vitamin C? Is it zinc? Is it vitamin D? I can just tell you vitamin D helps to produce the proteins which kill viruses and bacteria and lowers the risk for respiratory illnesses. But be careful, so you can always overdose everything. And also vitamins, especially vitamin D, you can overdose. So if you would just take supplements without knowing whether you are lacking of any kind of vitamins, for example, then and you overdose it, so you can damage your kidney, you can even weaken your immune system. So I would always do a blood test first before I decide, okay, do I need something? And then I get advice from a doctor or and a pharmacist about the dosage and the time, how long I should take it. Exercise boosts our immune system. So why not choosing low and moderate intensity? So let's say 10 minutes walking up the stairs, 10 minutes of yoga, and also and maybe also 10 minutes of stretching, so that yeah, it's all balanced. And maybe a mix of cardio, endurance, and flexibility. So that's at least 20 minutes what is recommended. Exercise also lowers our stress hormone cortisol. So you might feel better after doing the exercise. You might install an app, or somebody just shared that still on Zoom, so they keep in touch and continue with the exercise and seeing each other, which is really cool. Maybe you also have heard about the Japanese Tabata protocol, which is online all over the place. Tabata. So that is, you just need 2 square meters of space and a timer. It's very efficient and a quick workout. Quite nice. Our immune system is also connected to our mindset, like Kun Rajiv also mentioned. So it's so important to think positive. It's normal to feel stressed, scared, and confused during a crisis. We all go through that. So reach out to people you trust. Maybe you also cut back on bad news and don't get paranoid. So we are almost there. But instead seeing yourself as a victim of a crisis, you might shift to more positive thinking. Fernando, can I ask you to put the slide mindset on?
Sure.
Thank you.
One second, sharing. Okay, it's coming up.
Wonderful.
There you are.
Yes. So you might think, oh, I'm stuck at home. But you also can think, I get to be safe in my home and spend time with my family. Or you can say, oh, now finally I have the time to continue something or to work on something I never had the time to. And the other thing is if you think, oh, I will get sick, so yeah, almost getting paranoid. So you can also think, I will self-isolate and wash my hands. This will significantly decrease my chances of getting sick. Turn this down a bit. I will run out of items at home during self-isolation. You also can think, I have prepared for this and I will use my items wisely. I have everything I need for now. And we go down, yes, thank you. Or the negative thing in your mind, everything is shutting down, I'm panicking, so why not thinking the most important places such as medical centers, pharmacies, grocery stores are remain open. That's good news. And the last point, what I have found on this slide is there is too much uncertainty right now. So it's maybe in your hand. So why don't you think, well, I can't control the situation around me. I can control my actions. Doing breath work, calling loved ones, getting enough sleep, and a proper nutrition. Maybe prayer or yoga or whatever, also to, for your well-being. And doing activities I love at home will all help during this crisis. Thank you, Fernando. Actually, 80% of our immune system is located in our gut, our colon. It's our largest internal organ, and if you would unfold the 8-meter of colon with all its bulbs and wrinkles, you would get a size of a tennis field. And now you just imagine the size of the tennis field, the huge surface. The field is not empty. Many billion bacteria are living there as well. Let's say it's about 400 different characters of bacteria, good ones and bad ones. Going back to your gut, seeing the surface of that tennis field. You just see the bacteria as your roommates. You're sharing a room. You are the host, and they get free accommodation, free food, and free drink. But for that, they have different jobs to fulfill in this shared household. Can I ask you, Fernando, to put the slide bacteria on? Wonderful. So the slide shows us friendly bacteria. You might have heard of Lactobacillus acidophilus, Salivarius, Casei, Thermophilus, Bifidobacterium, Bifidolongum, etc. There are so many good characters around in our shared space. But of course, we also have the unfriendly bacteria you might heard of, the Candida, so you also other pathogenic bacteria, fungi, there are so many. They are always there and they should be in a balance, all good. So they belong there. And they are breaking down sugar. They do break down the carbohydrates, the protein. They even produce some vitamins, B vitamins and folic acid. And the friendly ones on the left side, they are eliminate toxic bacteria and viruses.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't think anybody can see the slide.
Oh.
Okay.
I can.
Yes.
Some of us can.
Yeah. I think if you click on my screen and click on the little pin, you'll be able to
Where it
pin.
says Fernando is presenting.
Yeah, I'm presenting it. So if you pin my screen to the window to the screen, you'll be able to see, and then unpin when Erna speaks.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Wonderful. So the friendly, you can see it? Okay, the friendly bacteria, they have a job to do, a very important job connected to our immune system. They eliminate toxic bacteria and viruses. And if the friendly and unfriendly bacteria are in balance, your immune system is pretty well set. If your gut flora is out of balance, you might catch a cold easily, you might feel weak, have digestion problems, skin problems, or you are gaining weight without knowing why. So, but what brings the gut bacteria, also gut flora or microbiome, out of balance? First of all, give me some examples. I give you some examples. First, taking antibiotics. You eliminate the bad bacteria, but unfortunately also the good ones who are helping you to fight against the bad bacteria. Junk food, too many carbohydrates, sugar, alcohol, and stress is also involved in your gut flora to bring it out of balance. Food intolerances also might trigger an imbalance in your gut. And our gut flora takes me to the next topic, digestion. How does a perfect digestion look like? Pretty simple. Like a sausage with a smooth surface or cracks on the surface. Evacuation up to 3 times a day is considered normal. A little gas is normal. Farting all the time is not a good sign. And it should not smell much. Fernando, may I ask you to put the slide Bristol stool chart on? Okay, thank you. I am showing you the Bristol stool chart since it is an easy diagnostic tool for yourself. Remember, 80% of our immune system is located in our gut. So it's really important to look into that. So you see type 3 and type 4, that is the thing, describes a very normal, proper stool. Everything else is out of shape and not a healthy sign. Thank you, Fernando. Then my job as a nutritionist is to discuss all kind of matters with my clients to identify causes of their nutrition related problems in order to improve health, weight, and immune system. I need also to identify what kind of food is supporting them or if it's supporting their immune system. This is one of the reasons why I need to see 35 blood values. Let me do a quick summary before we talk about the last topic, metabolism. So we touched nutrition, sleep, exercise, mindset, digestion, and healthy gut. Metabolism is very simple, describes breakdown of food and its transformation to energy. It's not only important what you eat, also the amount should be calculated to your needs, also the proportions of protein, carbohydrates, and fat should be fitting to you, and it's also important when you eat. Let me explain quickly why we should balance our blood sugar curve as well. The last slide, Fernando, the last slide, blood sugar. Can you set it on? You see a blood sugar level with 6 meals a day. Means 3 main meals and some snacks or just drinks, let's say, or an apple in between, some fruits or a fruit juice, even a coffee is spiking your blood sugar level. So let's say you start in the morning with a cup of coffee and small snack. You continue at 10 o'clock with anything small, second breakfast. You have, of course, you have a lunch, and maybe in the afternoon, you might get bored at home. You just go to the fridge, get something, even without being hungry. Then you have a early snack before dinner, and then you have a dinner. So that's a pretty normal blood sugar level, what I see all the time with clients. That doesn't allow much of a fat burn. If we go scroll down with the slide, so the elevated insulin leads to following changes. Your cholesterol gets up, so the fat-like compounds in our blood, same like triglyceride. adrenaline, our stress hormone, another cortisol, it's getting up, and you gain weight. So that is, if we look at the next, scroll down, yes. So what I am doing with, let's say, as a metabolic balance coach, first of all, I need to know what kind of food is supporting you. That's why I need the 35 blood values. But also the proportion, how much protein you need, carbohydrates, fat, etc. To make sure that you are not hungry between your meals. You have a proper breakfast, your blood sugar is spiking up, and then you have the blue line, what you see. So the blue on the bottom, that's the 5-hour fasting time between meals. That's the only time when our blood sugar is below 120 milligram per deciliter for a longer time. It's the only time we can burn fat. So let's say also during the night, that's why proper and a long sleep is helpful for our metabolism. The goal is to have only 3 spikes a day with proper meals and 5 hours fasting between meals. So, and if that is in balance, if your diet is in balance, you are not hungry within this fasting period of 5 hours. So maybe one last thing regarding fasting, since I'm mentioning it is, so it's not a fasting, it's not a diet, what I'm doing mostly. So many kind of fasting recommendation can lead you to deficiencies in nutrients, vitamins and minerals. And instead of fasting, I recommend to see an expert to get a proper nutrition plan so that you are not lacking in anything. So to support your immune system as well. But maybe we can go to the question and answer part now.
Yeah, hi Erna.
Hi.
So okay, so I assume the floor is open to for questions now, yeah, from all of us.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, my first question would be, what do you feel about tea and coffee? Yeah, is that something should be limited? Does it have any negative effects on the body, and the gut as well? Yeah, Erna, if you can share that with us, please. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a matter of the amount. So there is nothing to say against tea or coffee if it's limited, let's say not more than 3 cups a day. And I would not drink it between meals, because then you spike, even with a green tea or an espresso, you spike your blood sugar because it's carbohydrate. It's nothing else. And so if you have it with your meal or just straight after your meal, enjoy it and have it, nothing to say against that.
Erna, I have a question.
Yes.
I don't remember where I read it, but there was somewhere it said that to have a healthy, to be more healthy, you should eat smaller meals but more often. Is that true?
As a very young person, or if you want to gain weight, yes, then that's what I recommend. But not if you want to keep your weight or even lose weight. So that has all to do with our blood sugar and also with the hormone insulin. which is attached. No, it wouldn't help to lose weight. Definitely not. That's what I'm seeing all the time. Yeah, people try, but so from my perspective, it doesn't help really.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach Erna, what is your opinion about intermittent fasting?
Let's say you have only 2 meals a day and a long fasting thing. Under normal circumstances, you can do that. But I'm not so sure whether I get enough vitamins and minerals if I have only 2 meals a day. So during our situation right now, I would not recommend any kind of fasting, just to make sure you boost with a healthy diet, you boost your system. And fasting can be also a bit stressful. So especially if you're at home and have not so much to do, so maybe it's not the right time. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, hi, Erna. Maybe one more question from my side.
Yes, please.
I've been to some Ayurveda sort of retreats before, and one thing which they recommended and taught me was once a week detox, some type of a detox. Yeah, so a little break in your routine.
What kind of detox are you talking about exactly?
Sure, yeah. So for example, in with the retreat that I went to was for that one day in the week, no tea and no coffee, and then no spicy foods with a lot of herbs and spices. So very basic. So literally like a porridge, only a porridge, yeah, with a little bit of salt, for the 3 meals, yeah, and that's it, yeah. So keep things very simple, and obviously no soft drinks, no Coke, no candy, no junk food for that one day, yeah, which I think is a good habit. It's something to break your routine for that one day in a week. What do you feel about that, Coach Erna?
Again, if I stuck at home, I cannot do much. And I don't even have 3 enjoyable meals. So really enjoyable meals, what I mostly for myself, I prepare myself. I would miss something. For me, it would be a psychological thing I couldn't handle right now. Under normal circumstances, why not? Doing detox, whatever kind of detoxing. But on that day, you don't have a lot of vitamins. So maybe later, but maybe not during this time again. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Erna.
Hi.
Hi. So following up on Rajiv's question, what about other types of detox, like herbal enema detox?
Is it just having tea during the day and nothing to eat?
No, I mean like the enema type of detox. With the
I don't know exactly what it is.
I see. It's when you clear your bowels from
Yes.
yeah, from outside. from inside.
So, but you
A
don't
lot of
change.
people are talking about it recently.
So you don't change your nutrition during that day. You just keep
Correct.
eating okay.
Yeah.
If I am doing this, let's say from outside, or even I take laxative, I'm losing chemicals. Yeah. So
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Whatever you do with a detox, either from outside to empty your bowel, or you take Epsom salt or laxative. Of course, you can do it to empty your bowel and also to detox. But you have to know this is a very strong impact to our body. Let's say you have a diarrhea, same, but you provoke it. You have a diarrhea, you have to know you lose a lot of water. You also lose mineral salts. So definitely you have to replace that. Otherwise you get a headache. But if, so this kind of strong impact as like a diarrhea, you are also losing some. So they are also getting diminished a little bit.
I've also heard there's a risk of infection from this kind of detox.
Probably, yeah. I never tried it myself that way, so I don't know. So I would be a bit careful. And also, if I would do it, I would get from the pharmacy a proper mineral salts and drink a lot of water and probably even replace probiotics. Probiotics we didn't touch yet. I can explain also about probiotics more.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cannot hear you, Diane, right?
Oh,
Yes.
sorry,
Yes.
sorry. Oh, the sorry. Hi, Erna. Do you have advice on how we can control our sugar intake? Because we have cravings sometimes, and now that we have a crisis, there is stress, and eating sweets elevates the stress. How can we control this, or do you have an alternative for this? That's all.
Okay. So I know what you talk about. So having sweet is really, it's comforting us, to be honest. So it gives you release, stress release straight away. It kicks in, and our dopamine, our happiness hormone kicks in, all good, but maybe not good at this moment. So why not have a piece of chocolate right after your meal and you really enjoy it, but you don't chew it, you just let it melt and enjoy it to the fullest, right? And let's say we talk about the 5-hour break in order to keep in shape or even lose weight during this time. The only thing what you could do not to spike up your sugar level is eating some almonds, chewing some almonds so they don't rise your blood sugar level, or even a piece of cheese would be okay. So in my case, if I'm hungry between, which seldom is the case, I always have a hard-boiled egg in the fridge, and I'm full afterwards. So and then it's solved. But yeah, I try to continue my work and don't get bored. That's the worst. What happens? Because yeah, to be honest, if I'm bored, I take sweets more easily.
Thank
Red
you.
sweets. Thank you.
Not training. Webinar. One of my, yeah, just listening. It's one of my friends from BNI. I created this one for her too.
Anybody else? Question? Mavini? No more questions? Then I might talk about probiotics. Hi. There is one more question.
Yeah, go for it, Coach Erna. Go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Fernando. You might have heard about probiotics. That's either one or a collection of the good bacteria you can buy in the pharmacy. I recommend you to take that if you ever took antibiotics in your life and did not replace the good bacteria with a probiotic. So at least 3 or 4 weeks long to get your gut in balance, just in case you took antibiotics in the past, and especially in the case your digestion is not 100% perfect. So that's yeah, that's a very important recommendation from my side to boost your immune system as well. Any question regarding probiotics?
Yes. Is there a natural way to have probiotics, or do we need to go to the drugstore and buy them?
Actually, yeah, many yogurts have some of the bacteria, so, but it's such a little amount. And also, you might have heard about kombucha and sauerkraut, kimchi. So that is all helpful, but it's more on the preventive side. If you really had antibiotics or you have digestion problems, that would not be enough, definitely not, to replace the diminished good bacteria.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Erna, if you need to buy that from the pharmacy, what would
Yes.
we say at the pharmacy?
I went there yesterday to find out what's possible here. What do I get here in case of I have to take antibiotics? So the little pharmacy here in our area, they didn't have it on stock, and they told me you have to go to the hospitals, and they have a variety of. So if I would go and get a probiotic here, let's say in Bangkok or somewhere in Asia, I would ask for a variety of bacteria. So at least 4 or 5 different types of bacteria. So one is not enough, definitely not. So yeah, Bifido, Lactobacillus, Acidophilus, Rhamnosus, and yeah, all these kind of words, they are mentioned on the package, and the more variety, the better. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Any more question? Or shall I come to the end? Okay, I think that's it. It's almost 1 hour. My first session here online. Thank you again to Fernando and to everyone to join. And I hope it was interesting for you to listen. And yeah, thanks also for exchanging and sharing. Then stay healthy, guys.
Yeah, Kun
Now,
Erna, before you go, would you like to
yes.
share with us how, like, if any of us would wanted to work with you directly, what do you do, and how do we go about it?
Okay, so you are most welcome to drop me an email. And so what I do, I mean, my business is based in Germany, but what I can do is definitely online coaching. And if people are interested to do a blood test, so in Vietnam, it's all set for this, for metabolic balance. There's also a coach in Hanoi you might get in touch with. And yeah, so in Bangkok, there is a lab, a reasonable lab, where you can do the blood test. But anyway, get in touch with me via email, and we go from there.
Do you mind sharing with us a little bit in short the how the process works when if I became a if I started working with you directly, what does the process look like?
Okay, so the first session is we need to know each other. I need to find out. So why do you want to see me? What are the issues? Can I help you? Are you ready for a change? And so on and so on. And if that all fits, and so then we might go ahead to the next step. So I need a lot of information about your health, about your nutrition, likes and dislikes of food, maybe yeah, health troubles, and of course then also the big blood screening of 35 blood values. And then the next, so when I collected all this information, I can create a customized nutrition plan. So, and then the coaching starts actually. So you start with a 2 day of detoxing, having very light meals, and followed by 14 days of very strict plan in order to balance your blood sugar curve, in order to get digestion in order, and yeah, many other things what yeah people yeah come and see me for. And then usually it takes 6 7 coaching session, let's say 6 months, to really to adapt to a different diet. Yes.
Thank you for the explanation, Coach Aruna. I have two more questions. One is that you said that we need to do a blood screening. I would like to know how we go about it. And the other question, maybe first you answer this and then I will go for the next one.
Yes. Okay. So let's say in Bangkok, I have a lab, so where I can send you to get all your results, and yeah, send me the results over. So it's within 1 or 2, 3 days you get all the results, and I look into that.
Wonderful, thank you. So I believe that this is still a good time to work with you, and the blood test place lab is still open, is it?
The lab is still open, they are operating, and the good thing is you don't need to go to a hospital. So, and see many people, and don't be panicking. Oh, so maybe I catch the virus or something. So it's a small place, and it's run by a very lovely lady, very knowledgeable also.
Okay, wonderful. I don't know if you can answer this question publicly, but what I have heard is that many people say it's very expensive to go to a nutritionist or a health coach, wellness coach, or something like that. Do you mind sharing with us a little bit about the range, how the fees operate, so that we also get an idea if it is something that we can afford?
Sure. Okay, yeah, what is expensive? It's pretty relative. So if I am buying a new handphone for $1,000, I find it pretty expensive. So if I don't fit into my clothes anymore and I need to buy some new, yes, that hurts me. So actually, the all over cost, the blood screening and the 7 consultations with me or my colleagues from all over the world is about $800. So it covers all kind of fees. It covers my fee, it covers the cost from the lab, and it takes about 6 months. So yes, that's the regular price.
I would say what I thought expensive was much more. I would say what you suggested is very reasonable for achieving goals within a 6 months of coaching, blood test, and everything. I find it reasonable if someone really would like to achieve a goal. Fantastic. That's all from my end, Coach Erna. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Is Marvin me? Maybe? Marvin me? Unmute? Ah,
Okay. So
yeah,
within these 6 months,
right.
so you give us like a six time meeting.
Right. Every month, more or less, so every
Like
4 5 weeks.
in Bangkok, we meet in person. Is that right?
Um,
Or how does it work?
At the moment, we cannot meet in person anyway.
Okay,
so,
let's say it will be over very soon.
right.
Or online, okay.
Either or. And at the moment, yeah, I'm operating online only.
So, and you recommend us according to the blood test what we should eat.
Exactly. The blood test, but also the information you gave me about your health
Okay.
history.
And after 6 months, we should continue this way, right?
You will continue because you feel so good. So yeah. It will be adjusted. And anyway, it's not a diet, luckily. So I couldn't sell a diet. I'm just eating. Yeah, I love to eat. But yeah, since people are much more in a much more healthy situation, they continue the new habits and different food. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Shall we close the session or do we have another question?
It's really up to you. If people have questions, please go ahead.
Please. Okay, I think that's it.
Okay, so if you were to give us all a message today before we end the session, what would that be?
Oh, stay healthy. So think positive, make the best out of it, enjoy the quiet, empty city. So, and yeah, why not go for a walk, enjoy it, cook yourself, and maybe you have the first time really the time to care more about yourself and your health and your cooking and grocery shopping. Yeah, use the time wisely. Thank you so much for listening and taking part.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
sharing such informative, inspiring positivity with us. Really appreciate. And along with what you said, now my most favorite time of the week is going to the supermarket. It has never
Yes,
been like that before.
yes.
Yes. Uh, once again,
Right.
Coach Aruna, thank you so much for your wonderful sharing with us and spending
Thank you.
time with us and lots of beautiful energy. And all of you who joined today, that was really great to have you and good questions. And we look forward to keep in touch. After this session, I have recorded this session. I'm going to send all of you a link. Feel free to share it with your friends, and also Coach Erna very generously shared some recipes with us that we can use during this time. I'm going to attach them along with Coach Erna's contact details. Feel free to directly get in touch with her if you think she could help you becoming healthier and more fit. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye bye for now.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you so much, Kunarna.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Thank,
bye.
thank you so much. Bye bye.